And we are live for our second group mock draft. I just realized there's an 8-second delay. That's great. We've got the whole crew today. Jared was not here for last time. Neither Nick wasn't even, I think, a part of us last time. He was just our number one fan, and then we just decided to bring him on. Mike was here last time. Dante was here last time. Missing is Ben, and I think Ben
Austin?
might be.
Austin,
yeah.
Austin,
yeah, I think
I
Austin
was going to say there was 5 last time, so Austin and Ben are
Did we have
down
Florida
out this time. No, there's no, and it's Masters Week too, which is really unfortunate. That's why Ben's not here.
That's why Ben's not here.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. So he's our blue chip scouting representation at Augusta. How's everyone doing?
Oh, baby.
Pretty good.
Never better. Just absolutely phenomenal.
Absolutely getting drilled by Bama fans on Twitter, but just a normal night. You
Well,
know,
they're not used to losing. So in their defense,
True. Neither are Clemson fans. So I mean,
that's true. If only they had a wide receiver one this year. So as we were talking about off stream, and I'll just say for everybody watching, we are going to make our picks live. None of this has been predetermined like we did last time, so we can get a little bit more of an instant reaction. We are also going to do what we think will happen, not what we want to do, not what we think will happen. So the running joke was no Mac Jones to San Francisco, as Mike pointed out, and then somebody else said no Mac Jones in the first round. It's a total possibility because who knows what's going to happen. I will say we probably also won't do trades. So it's going to be a little bit boring to counteract that excitingness of the live reactions. But what I will say is we should have some good going. Now, who's the youngest out of the group? Because that's how we're going to determine who goes first.
I think that is me.
That would be Jared.
Jared.
Okay, so Jared will have the first pick for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, you may not have every pick for the Jaguars because we're going, like I said, one by one. So, Jared, you have the easiest pick of the whole thing, so I'm just going to let you go from here.
I am going with that. I'm just kidding. Trevor Lawrence.
And is there anything that even needs – I always hit this damn trade button. Is there anything that needs to be said on Trevor Lawrence at this point that hasn't been said?
I mean, here's the thing with Trevor Lawrence, best player in the draft, best quarterback in the draft. Probably the best quarterback prospect since Andrew Luck. I mean, this is a no-brainer pick. Trevor Lawrence is one of my highest graded players ever since I've been doing this since 2018. No question, he should be the first pick in the draft.
So I don't know who the next youngest is, so we're just going to go by appearance on the board. So Mike, we'll just work our way down. You can pick for the New York Jets.
I'm going to go with Zach Wilson on this one. He's not my second-rated quarterback, but this just seems like a good fit in terms of the offensive system that's going to be brought into place. And, yeah, it just became all the more obvious after Sam Darnold was traded yesterday, which if you missed that stream, you should go back and watch it. It was a good stream with Jared, myself, and Nick.
Yeah, no, and not only while you do that, you should also hop over to the website and make sure to click on our merch so you can do some supporting of the show here for that. I think everybody universally loves the hoodies. I think that's the most popular thing.
Merch. Here we go.
Dante's even got the clean white. But
Yeah.
Let's go, Dante.
Incredibly comfortable. Let me tell you, I wore it all weekend. So
and the
They
stickers are
fit
pretty
big,
good
too, which is nice.
yeah, no, it fit really good. I got a medium, and I usually have to get like a small or something, but this was really nice.
I will tell you what, and I'm going to do this on the fly here, just for anybody watching and who watches this back. I will give until tax day, original tax day, 4/15. I'll set up a promo code for mock draft that'll go live on April 7th. And you can save 15% off merch just because we like you that much. Moving on then to Nick and his Jaws poster. Who are you taking for the San Francisco 49ers? This is where the draft actually starts.
Yes. I'm
Do
going
it, coward.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
No way in hell. I'm going to do the smart thing and take Justin Fields here. Miss me with the Mac Jones talk. All right, he's like a third-round quarterback on my board. There's no way I would draft him third overall. Fields is light years ahead of him. He's my current QB2, and just to settle any other misconceptions, he can read down the field. He can make progressions. All right, miss me with it.
I saw today, I think it was Orlovsky, who's very hit and miss for me. It was like he had a stat where he was watching back his throws, and it was like 70% of them were made to the second, third, and sometimes fourth read. Like I don't understand. I do understand, sadly, but I don't understand why this is going to be a thing. And this is literally going to be Lamar Jackson was knocked down on draft boards for all the different reasons, but I really think it's going to be the same thing where everyone's just going to really overthink this and someone's going to get a steal, and God forbid it's Bill Belichick. I think we can all agree on. Speaking of the AFC East,
before we move on, because Nick brought up third round grade on Mac Jones. I have a third round grade on Mac Jones. Dante, Jared,
third round grade.
Well, you see, I dropped my quarterback rankings on bluechipscouting.com last week. You can go check them out. I have a fifth round grade on Mac Jones. Now, look. Here's the thing. The way that I evaluate quarterbacks is, and this is a change that I made this year because I had too many middle round quarterbacks last year that were cheeks. So I decided to change it to whether you are either a franchise quarterback, so you're a top 10 player for me probably. At minimum, you're a first round pick, or you're a day 3 player. So for me, Mac Jones is not a franchise quarterback. So that inherently made him a day 3 player. And then also, honestly, I just don't think he's very good. I don't get it. I don't see it. So
repeat that whole thing. So this Alabama fan that always tweets at me, Bill, big D, capital B, capital B, capital D.
Sounds like
a big Alabama fan. So repeat that again.
I caught that one.
I will repeat it for the Alabama fan. I have a first-round grade on Mac Jones. He's the best quarterback I've ever seen in my life. You can file all of your complaints to @JRodDraftScout on Twitter. He is the real enemy of Mac Jones.
Now send all of your complaints to @TheRealForno.
You suck.
You walked right into that. All right, am I up here with the fourth pick?
Since we're all throwing out our stuff, I will add on this. He got a mid to late second from me.
You guys are all cowards.
Only because, and I think sadly I'm the highest of the whole site.
Yeah.
But I don't hate Mac Jones like everybody else does. But yes, now this is where in real life the draft's going to start with pick 4. If we were doing trades, I'm sure there would be offers galore for this. Atlanta's really sitting the best spot of anybody, I think, in the first round. So Dante, what are you going to do here?
I'm going to go with Kyle Pitts.
Love it.
I just think that I just think he'd be so fun with Julio and Calvin Ridley. I don't think Matt Ryan is everyone's like, oh, Matt Ryan's bad now. And I don't really think Matt Ryan's bad. I think he's
never been bad.
Yeah, I agree. I still think he's good. So getting Kyle Pitts in this offense with those guys, and I think you still have a good quarterback. I just think that's a ton of fun. Obviously, Atlanta probably trades out of this pick. I think it would be cool for them to draft Trey Lance, but I don't know. Kyle Pitts is a ton of fun, so I'm going to go with that one.
I know you just broke Hunter Thompson's heart because he's a big Trey Lance guy and a Falcons fan. And
okay, well, again, send all your complaints to @TheRealForno on Twitter.
Yeah, if he had the choice,
let me talk about this Falcons pick real quick. When it comes to the 4th overall pick and what Atlanta could do, they have so many options. And yes, sorry, Hunter, Dante killing the dream of Trey Lance to Atlanta, but I don't believe Atlanta really needs a quarterback right now when they can continue to build the roster as it is right now with a new coaching staff. And Matt Ryan hasn't really lost a step, to be honest with you. He's still a very good quarterback. And also, you could look ahead to next year's draft class, which kind of looks questionable at the moment. But, as prospects continue to develop, could Atlanta be in position to try and trade up or even be in the running for a Spencer Rattler or a Sam Howell or a Keaton Slovis? Those are guys that Atlanta could target in 2022, but I totally get wanting to get a quarterback now so then you can – so if you wanted to, you can cut Matt Ryan next offseason, which will cost a lot for them, but still you'd have your quarterback for the future.
Jared, when does Uyunglele, when is he eligible? Is he 2023?
He's
2023.
23.
Okay, yeah. So you leave Matt
Just wait.
Ryan on the field for 2 more years, and then
2 more
you tank
years?
for 2023.
Exactly.
Yeah, Hunter, my guy, 2 more years. I promise it'll happen.
2
All right,
more
I'm
years,
sorry.
and you get
Patience.
probably another
Yes.
first overall pick from the Clemson Tigers.
And-
Uyunglele is just an absolutely phenomenal quarterback.
Not to put the cart ahead of the horse here, too, just the name I didn't hear you mention, Jared, for quarterbacks. Jaden Daniels, I think, with Arthur Smith, after seeing what he did with Ryan Tannehill, would also be a fun
And Phil
possibility.
Dracovic. Next year's a good quarterback class. It's kind of slept on.
I don't think it's bad at all. Like, I made that list of 30 names at one point, and I was like, good Lord. I mean, obviously, 30 names is not going to
It's a raw group, though. You
Yeah,
can tell
it's like
it's
there's a lot of raw
Yeah,
guys
no.
like Malik Willis, who's loved by our guy Jeff and Daxton.
Thank you for getting the name right.
Yes, Jevin absolutely loves Malik Willis. Talked about him all the time on the Big Shots podcast.
Yeah, Liberty's done a pretty good job since Hugh Freeze has gotten there of getting some NFL talent.
Yeah.
I'm going to make the pick now that has been sitting on the board here. I think we probably would have pulled a Vikings and had our time expire if this was real life. But this needs to be Penei Sewell. And the only thing that Mike Brown and Duke Tobin and anybody else who has a thing to say about this draft pick needs to do is to request the medical records for Joe Burrow, watch his surgery, and think, I don't want this to happen again. So I'm going to go with the most dominant tackle that I saw in this class. Nothing against Slater, nothing against Darisaw, nothing against Eichenberg, but I really think that I would love to reunite him with Chase, but you've got to go with the simple pick, the protective pick, and that's Penei Sewell. Jared, you're up here now for the Miami Dolphins. Don't make Dante mad.
Jared, if you make a bad pick, I will personally drive down to where are you at? You're in the Carolinas, right? And I will
Asheville, North Carolina.
I will steal every
I'll be
pair of
ready.
sunglasses in your house. So
I'll be
that
ready.
is my very specific threat to the running joke that we have on this live show. So
be ready.
I'm all right.
Are we ready? Yeah. Okay. I am going to go with Well, let me break this down. There was something that Pro Football Network put out earlier today. Tua or Mac Jones?
No.
That's already gotten more attention than it deserves. I would like to hear the pick, sir.
Oh God! Can you kick him from the stream?
I don't know. Can I?
Yes, you can.
Yes, I can.
Jalen Waddle. The pick is Jalen Waddle.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm on board with this.
Yeah.
You can wear
Waddle.
the sunglasses now.
I knew it was going to be one of the receivers. I just wanted to see Dante's reaction.
Jalen Waddle is the best wide receiver in this draft class, in my opinion.
Agreed.
Incredible playmaking ability, insane amount of burst, speed, run after catch ability, great ball skills, incredible athleticism. The only red flag he has is the ankle injury he suffered last season, and yet he was still able to play in the national championship. And there was one play, I think it was at the beginning of the game, his first catch, he ran by Ohio State defenders not at 100%. I mean, his 80, 90% play ability is 100% for anyone else. Like, that is insane. So Jalen Waddle reuniting with Tua. Tua gets a guy that can separate in short and intermediate range. I think this would be an easy pick here.
No, I'm totally on board with this, and I think a lot of us have Waddle as the number one receiver. A team in desperate need of receivers after losing Kenny Golladay and Marvin Jones to the Giants and Jaguars, respectively. Nick, what are we doing for the Motor City Dan Campbell?
Hey, it's me, bro.
Oh, whoops. I skipped over you here. So you know what? I can't see anything because it's too damn tiny on the screen. So.
Yeah, no, when you booted Jared, it rerouted the order again. So it says Jared, me, Nick, Dante.
Oh,
Okay.
I didn't realize you did boot me for a second.
Yeah,
I did it so
did.
quick you didn't realize it.
You
Okay,
thoroughly
Mike.
deserved it, by the way. I'm just saying.
Mike,
I
what
was
are we
just trying
doing?
to get- okay.
So
All right.
yes, this has to be a receiver. I'm just quickly pulling up the Lions.
Does it have to be a receiver?
Oh, it has to be, because when your starting wide receivers are Tyrell Williams, Brashad Perriman, and whatever a Khalif Raymond is, you need a wide receiver.
Mike, you're asking all the wrong questions. The only question is, would a prospect bite the kneecaps?
And we know who that is.
Ooh, who's biting kneecaps up?
Jamar Chase.
Maybe. Chase
Devontae
maybe.
Smith.
I'd probably go with the person with the hazing tied to him, but let's just
Yeah, I'm not touching that one. Pun not intended.
Oof.
I am going to go with Jamar Chase. Listen, I have him right below Jalen Waddle. He's my wide
I
receiver
hate this.
too.
I hate this for Jamar Chase.
I hate this for Jamar Chase too. I absolutely hate. I was a Jared Goff fan coming out. Maybe that's because I'm a Cal fan, but I mean, God, everything about that offense just makes me sad, and it's not going to get any better. Man,
DeAndre Swift just needs to get 150 receptions.
Yeah, pretty much. TJ Hawkinson too.
Put him at slot. Oh yeah, Hawkinson.
You can make that work, but this team is still not going to be any good. I like it for
Did I
Goff
do
as
that?
well, Hunter.
Agreed, Hunter.
Did someone do it? Oh, it wasn't me. Okay.
Yeah, we all have access to be able to do that.
Oh, I was so confused. I was like, did I hit something? Not that I don't want to shine light on that comment. I was a bit confused. So if my eyes aren't lying to me, Nick is now making the pick for the Carolina Jareds.
Do it. Do it.
Selection.
Do it. Doing this again. Do it.
Well, listen, I know they just traded for Sam Darnold, but there's one McCorkle Jones on the board right now.
Michael McCorkle Jones.
Yes. It's very enticing, to say the least. However, I like Patrick Surtain.
Ooh.
I'm pretty
I
sure
like this-
Browning's going to DM you in about 30 seconds to tell you he's not happy with that.
I like that pick. And, cornerback has always been a big need for the last couple years for Carolina. Patrick Surtain would be a great fit in Carolina. Probably one of the more technical, one of the more cleaner cornerbacks in this draft class. I know Tyler Browning is not happy about this, our boss. But
I love seeing the stalker picture of Browning, just for the record. Go ahead.
Just like Darth Vader.
No!
Instead of Padme, it's Patrick Surtain.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Patrick Surtain, great player, great corner. He'd definitely be a good upgrade for the Panthers secondary, and he can become that cornerstone piece at cornerback for the Carolina Panthers. You have plenty of options here. If I can see this clearly, you have Rashawn Slater, J.C. Horn there. If the Panthers wanted to, and Scott Fitter noted this the other day, and Mike and Nick and I talked about this on the live stream. I think it was yesterday. That quarterback is not out of the question, and Trey Lance would have definitely been a good pick here as well in case Darnold didn't work out. But then you'd have to hope that Trey Lance can develop into a good quarterback as well. So I like this pick by Nick. Good job, Nick.
Thank you.
Glad
I am pleased.
I'm glad Mac Jones is still on the board. Stay right where you are, Mackie. You stay right there, young man. You stay there. Please.
Dante, Hollywood. What are we doing for the least Hollywood town in the NFL?
Yeah, this is a toughie.
Do it.
No, he's terrible. I'm gonna go with Trey Lance. I think you get a player who is in a similar mold to Drew Lock in that he's an athlete with a big arm. I think Lance is ironically more NFL ready than Drew Lock. I think coming from that NDSU offense, I think he's got plenty of ability to see the field well and make good reads and make good decisions and not be a turnover prone guy. And I think that you kind of have to have that with this good of an offense and some of the pieces that Denver has. So I would go with Trey Lance here if he fell to 9. I think that's the easy pick, in my opinion.
Yeah, I have nothing to add to that. I wholeheartedly agree. Anybody else?
Not really.
No,
Also, I would like to say
like
though,
it.
I like to announce on air that I've officially been fired from Blue Chip Scouting. It was nice knowing you guys. But no, yeah, I don't disagree with the Lance pick. I think he stepped into a great situation there in Denver. I mean, he has like a metric crap ton of weapons to work with, and the offensive line really isn't that bad either. So, yeah, no complaints.
Okay. I'm going to be picking for Boss Man now, see if I can restore some of this. I know he really thinks they need a tackle. I know they realistically do need a corner, but I'll be honest with you. There's a pick I want to make here, and it's probably just a silly pick that doesn't need to be made at this point. But I think the combination of, if healthy, Leighton Vander Esch, Jalen Smith, and Micah Parsons.
Goodbye, Jalen Smith, if that's the case.
And that's the thing.
Andrew,
it gives you insurance if you don't pay Smith. It gives you insurance if you don't pay Smith.
No, they paid Smith. It's just they don't pay Vander Esch.
Sorry, I got that mixed up. So it gives you insurance if you don't pay Vander Esch. Put him with Smith, opposite side. You just have two complete total monster athletes at the linebacker position. I think that'd be fantastic and fun to watch. We aren't doing a two-round mock.
Two of us are going to get fired now. So
yes.
it's just me, Mike, and
there's the soccer pick again.
There it is. Yep.
It's the no beard.
Tonight is the last night of Andrew Harbaugh's time at Blue Chip Scouting. Wish him luck in his endeavors.
Yeah, I think it's I think it's a luxury pick. And I think you can get somebody in the second round like an Asante Samuel Jr., who I think would be I think if you came away 1 and 2 with Parsons and Samuel Jr., I don't think that'd be awful. But ultimately, I just got myself fired, pulled an Ernie Accorsi, which is a nice transition to the New York Giants, who Ernie Accorsi drafted Eli Manning. So next up is Jared.
Giants are on the board. Lovely.
They might need a quarterback.
Get Daniel Jones 2.0.
This is so hard to see because it's so damn small. Hold on. I have expanded it. There we go. That's better. Okay, what do we got? Edge, tight end, linebacker, corner, receiver. Quarterback is there. Damn it.
You could do Najee Harris and run the wishbone.
I had a very bad experience with wishbone in high school, so I don't want to think about that. I despise that.
PTSD.
I know who I would take.
It's PTSD.
I'm not going to say anything though.
Yeah, I know who I would take too. So I'm interested to see what Jared goes with. I think you can go a lot of different directions here.
You could. This is honestly like the Giants seem like a wild card in my opinion because you just don't know what they're going to go with. Like,
yeah, I think them and the Vikings and the Falcons are the three biggest first round interesting situations.
I see what you're doing.
Oh, sorry. Didn't realize what I was doing there.
I see what you're doing. Now, speaking of Jalen Phillips, now I'm not making a definite pick here, but I have mocked him twice, or in my last two mock drafts, Jalen Phillips to New York. It's just the fit makes sense. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I think Jalen Phillips.
Injuries are a concern, without question. The medicals are a concern. Now, if they check out, then it wouldn't be a problem. Phillips could even be a top 10 pick, more than likely, in my opinion. But again, the medicals, those are concerns. But I think the Giants, they need someone at the second level. They need someone off the edge that can really rush the passer really well, and they haven't had that in so long. I don't remember the last time they had that. Was it Jason Pierre-Paul, Justin Tuck? I mean,
okay, time's up. We got to make a pick.
Oh my God, Jalen Phillips! Damn it, do it now.
All right,
I've got a
like
that downloaded.
It was my
NPR. Time's up. Got to make a pick.
Oh boy,
Mike.
So
yes.
I on one of my social medias, I can't remember which one last year, said that the Jalen Reagor pick was great because flash forward
that's worked out nice for you.
to 2021, and you'll still need to draft a wide receiver in round 1. And here we are in 2021, and they still
give it up already.
No,
you've been freaking talking about this pick for a year.
It's still
bad.
It's
Let
still
it go.
bad.
Go watch Frozen. Get in that mindset. All right. Let it go. You'll be all right. I promise.
We will be all right. You want to know why we're going to be all right? Because we're going to draft an actually good wide receiver and get Devontae Smith.
Excellent choice, Mikey. Yeah. Excellent choice.
Okay. We've talked about Devontae Smith. I'm just going to move ahead now to Nick. What are you still throwing chum in the water for looking for Jaws, or are you ready to make your pick, Nick?
I'm ready to make my pick because, quite frankly, this is probably the easiest pick I will make all night. Rashawn Slater.
Yep.
I was hoping you'd go that route.
You got to give Herbert some protection. They've
improved the line, but it still needs a lot of. It still needs.
Yeah, who do they have playing left tackle? I don't think it's Sam Tebby because I think he's on the Colts.
No, it's still
now.
Sam Tebby. Oh no, it's Pipkins.
Oh God, yeah, no, they need left tackle desperately.
Mike's on Human Our Lads website.
I have one of my best friends is a Chargers fan, so that helps.
I'm the same way with my friends. They don't pay attention to football, so I pay attention for them.
Wait a minute, there are Chargers fans. Hold on.
They just don't go to the games, Toronto. Jared.
Yeah, actually, no, he's in New Brunswick, so.
Oh, okay.
Nope, we made Russ sad.
Is that New Brunswick, New Jersey, or New Brunswick, Canada?
New Brunswick. Actually, no, Nova Scotia, Canada. My apologies. He's going to kill me for that one.
None of us know that you would have screwed up. You could have said Nova Scotia, Vancouver, and I would have been like, yeah, sure, Canada.
But no. The Maritimes in Canada always screws me up.
You could have said the Heart Dungeon in Vancouver or something, and I would have been fine with it too. Or Calgary, Alberta. Excuse me.
Calgary.
God, the Heart Dungeon. Okay.
Anyways, moving on.
14 for Dante.
And
I know what Fortis wants right now.
Yeah, we're looking right at him here.
Beautiful.
Do it.
I know what he actually wants too.
I moved it over.
The question that I'm asking myself is: do I want to piss off Tyler Forness, or do I want to make a good pick for the Vikings? I would draft
players, so you're good either way.
I'm good either way. I would draft Elijah Vera Tucker here, so we're going to do that. Much to the chagrin of Tyler Forness. I think Vera Tucker is the second best offensive lineman in this class, period. And I think the Vikings need one of those, whether that's tackle or guard at some point. Honestly, I would have traded out here if I possibly could have, or I don't know, maybe I would have drafted Mac Jones to come in and compete with Kirk Cousins. So, that could have gone either way.
Ooh, shades of Christian Ponder.
I am on the board. I'm going to make my pick, and we're going to move on to Jared.
Oh, dear Lord.
Realistically, if there's somebody that's going to take Mac Jones, it's not Kyle Shanahan in this draft.
Someone had to do it.
It has to be Bill Belichick because of the Nick Saban ties. And I think you obviously are going to roll with Cam for a year. Worst case, you just pull a Jimmy Garoppolo thing. Belichick doesn't mind sitting quarterbacks. We've seen that with Jimmy G. I really want Cam. Oh, that didn't apply to me, but could have.
Get ready for Mac Jones sitting behind Cam Newton for the next few years. Just saying.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If it works, this is really going to be the prove year for Cam Newton. Jared, I know you love Cam Newton, but here's how I'm looking at it. You paid him $14 million, and you got the fantastic one-year rental deal with the $1 million last year. They have the weapons this year. Finally, they've got that offensive line built back up. The defense is getting Dante Hightower back. They've brought people in free agency. This roster is Forness is just not catching up. It's a very good roster for New England, and if Cam Newton plays well, the AFC East is very interesting. But if not, this is a very nice insurance policy to where Mac Jones, I think, with Josh McDaniels would be the best way to go about it.
You mind if I have my take on this real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, and then you got to make your pick. That's the only deal.
Oh, yeah, I'm on the clock. So I don't disagree with you, Andrew. I really don't. I feel like, at this pick, I could see cornerback being an option. I was talking about this with Mark Schofield when I had him on the Draft Nut podcast, which you can listen to on iTunes and Spotify. Just a shameless plug there, but whatever. You can go JC Horn here. I mean, stacking in the corner could, because Stephon Gilmore, he could be on his way out via trade if they decide to do it. You got.
I will add, just not to cut you off, Jared.
Yeah.
I will add, just before you make your pick, the only other person I was really thinking about going was Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah.
Oh, that
just
would have
because
been a nice pick. Yes,
because I think Belichick would just have a field day putting him all over.
Yes.
Safety, linebacker, whatever. So
you could do so much. Okay, Arizona pick. Show me the needs real quick so then I can make a good decision with this.
Oh yeah, sorry about that.
While Jared's deciding, Forno, who do you think picked Elijah Vera Tucker? Just take a guess. Who up here on this panel was willing to make that selection? I'll give you a hint. It had to be me or Mike. Let's be honest. We're the two guys who were going to make that pick just to piss you off. So it's really a coin flip. All right, go ahead, Jared.
JC Horn. JC Horn's the pick here. I think you get JC Horn would be a great replacement for Patrick Peterson, who they moved on with, and now he's in Minnesota. Hello, Tyler. Horn is such a physical corner, and he is like nasty in terms of just like being in your face, like talking shit, all of that. I mean, he is so damn fun to watch. Great in press coverage. He can be a little grabby at times, but I think you can clean that up at the next level. And JC Horn is he's a great pick here. I think I wouldn't be surprised if he's the first corner off the board. So I like JC Horn here.
Yeah, that's one that I've said is just going to happen in every mock draft I do.
It's an easy pick.
It really is.
It is.
All right, I have Vegas. Wow. After decimating your entire offensive line.
Oh, God.
Look, man, at least I'm on brand, and I like that pick. I'm pushing back on that. Guards matter, damn it. I'm pushing back on that. You and I have that joke.
You're damn right, Dante. Damn right.
You know what? Guards matter, but you know what?
Damn
The sunglasses are coming out. Hollywood Dante's officially here. He pissed off
Let's
Forno.
go.
Let's go. All right, next pick. We got to move this along.
Yeah. All right, Vegas. You decimate your entire offensive line. Shocker. You're going to need to draft an offensive lineman in round one. If Vera Tucker was here, he'd be the pick. But shout out to Hollywood Dante and the Minnesota Vikings' new left guard, Elijah Vera Tucker. Tevin Jenkins or Christian Darrisaw? All of you guys think I'm going to go Darrisaw because it's my brand. I'm going to go Tevin Jenkins, though. I just think he's a better fit.
Yeah, he definitely screams Ravens to me.
He does. Like
old school Al Davis is smiling. Whether he's north or south based on his life decisions, we don't know. But R.I.P. to Al Davis. But
that took an incredibly dark turn for zero reason.
Listen.
We lost a viewer because of that.
I watched the 30 for 30, and he did some pretty sneaky stuff. There was that town in California. He took all their money and didn't do anything with it. He was like, I'm going to move my team here and fill in your crater of a town. And then
Hold up.
I would like to mention
Russ, I am the king of the Christian Darrisaw bandwagon.
Hey, and the Darrisaw disrespect might end here with Nick making his pick for the Miami Dolphins.
To quote Lee Corso, not so fast.
Oh, maybe not.
Okay.
All right.
Corso quote.
I'm not usually a guy anymore who's kind of a big proponent of taking running backs round one.
Are we just trolling each other now?
We all collectively.
Having said that,
no.
Having said that, I am going to pick Darrisaw. I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you. I mean,
perfect.
From the little bit I've talked to you about, like the Dolphins in the past, like it seems as though they're going to maybe shift Jones inside to play guard.
I mean, I hope so. I mean, he is a guard, so like that'd be cool. But I don't know. I hope they do. They're scaring me though with their tackle evaluation. But
it's Robert Hunt and Austin Jackson.
Robert Hunt. I'm thinking Robert Jones from Mississippi State.
Hunt's
not bad
guard. Yeah, he's a bit of a waist bender, but we'll see what they want to do with that.
Yeah, I do apologize. I got him confused with the dude from
Mid-10.
Middle Tennessee. Yeah.
Yeah, Robert Jones. Yeah, also a guard, by the way.
Yeah.
I listened to the Counting
Freudian
Crows.
slip.
I listened to the Counting Crows classic, Mrs. Jones, on my way home from dinner with the wife today. So,
shout out, Lexi.
Right. Moving on here for the Washington fucking and chuckets. Dante, what are we doing?
Well, man, the tackles just came off the board there like nobody's business. So I'm going to go with Jeremiah Wusu-Koramoah from Notre Dame. I think you just get him in there and like let him run around on the second level and make good plays. He's a good fit for Ron Rivera's defense. I think that'd be a ton of fun, and that's also BPA for me. I think he's a top 15 player in this class, so works out.
Wusu-Koramoah would, I believe, make just taking him there at 19 would make the Washington football team's defense arguably the best in the league. My hot take.
So I don't think that's that crazy of a take, honestly, Jared.
Really? Okay.
And while we're showing some love to Jared, I'm on the pick now for the Chicago Bears, and my gut tells me, or my heart tells me, I'm going to go receiver. I was going to go Rashad Bateman, but I feel like they've got Rashad Bateman kind of with the play style with Allen Robinson.
Yeah.
Somebody that I think with the speed could stretch the field and also still have the size, and I think would be a nice compliment based on what he had in Jacksonville. I'm going to go with Terrace Marshall Jr. here for the Chicago Bears, cracking the top 20.
That's fun. All right. I got to say something about Marshall. I talked about it a little bit in the Blue Chip Scouting group chat. Terrace Marshall is my receiver 3, and here are my top 5 receivers, which is probably final, more than likely. I don't expect Elijah Moore to be my top 5 receiver for me. Jalen Waddle, receiver 1. Receiver 2, Jamar Chase. Receiver 3, Terrace Marshall. Receiver 4, Rashad Bateman. Receiver 5, Devontae Smith.
No, and I don't think that's that.
Yeah, I don't think it's crazy at all. Honestly, like I wouldn't have a problem with any of those receivers being wide receiver 1. To be honest with you.
Okay, Jared, who are we taking for the Indianapolis Colts?
You have plenty of options here. If Mac Jones was here, I would have considered Mac Jones here. Like, this is the range here. Like, picks 19 through 32, I wouldn't have a problem taking Mac Jones here at all. If Jones was here, I would have definitely considered it because the Colts have a great roster and a great coaching staff and a good front office to help build around him as a quarterback. But of course, Mac Jones is now in New England in this mock draft, so you got Tevin Jenkins available, right? Oh no, Tevin Jenkins is not available. I did not see that. So you got Samuel Cosmi on the board. You have Caleb Farley on the board still, and also you have Rashad Bateman. So honestly, I want to give another weapon for Carson Wentz, to be honest with you. So I'm going to go with Rashad Bateman.
I was going to say, I think Bateman's a perfect complement to Michael Pittman and T.Y. Hilton.
And also, I just realized Carson Wentz is a starting quarterback over there. I just keep forgetting about that for some reason. No hard feelings, Mike, but yeah.
I share a birthday with him too. Like,
that's
at least you have a better medical record than I'd say at this point.
Yeah, it's pushing it.
Mike, take your pick for the gritty Mike Vrabels.
Oh, this one's easy. If it weren't for potential injury concerns, he's long gone. We're going Caleb Farley.
Nice.
I keep getting these teams that just like decimated their entire position group.
I'm going to hope. I'm not to cut you off there, but Caleb Farley is another person we kind of have talked a lot about. Nick here, I'm hoping you go with who I want the Jets to get if he's available here at this pick, which he probably will be. But go ahead.
So, Jets are kind of in an interesting position here because there's 3 really good edges on the board. Then they could also address corner if they need to. Even wide receiver could be in play. But ultimately, I'm kind of torn between edge and corner. They've been kind of fumbling around with the corner position the last couple of years. They signed Tremaine Johnson to that monstrous, disgusting contract that just totally blew up in their face. And they kind of really need that guy out there on the perimeter and the boundaries. So, got to be Greg Newsome.
I like that pick, honestly.
Did I do okay, Harv?
I was going to say, I think Saleh would run to Joe Douglas and be like, "Give me Greg Newsome."
I know exactly who needs to be picked at 24.
Right there.
Yeah.
I agree, Russ. I don't want Jalen Mayfield because
Also, I just spilled my water all over my shirt, so no big deal there.
Hey, at least it wasn't on the computer.
Yeah.
I also hope they don't go Jalen Mayfield at 24 because I would like Myles Garrett to keep getting in the backfield. So, Dante, make me happy as a Browns fan with this pick.
Oh, am I making you happy as a Browns fan instead of wow. Man, all the good corners are off the board. I was hoping Caleb Farley would still be here. I guess not.
Give him Kyle Trask.
Please. Oh, my God.
Can you
I think the Ravens
down a
fans
little bit?
Scoot it down, boy.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah,
All right. I'm going to go against the point of the mock draft. It's supposed to be what we would do, but I'm going to do what I think the Steelers would do. I think they would draft Najee Harris here. So let's do that. I would not do that. I think drafting running backs in the first round is objectively stupid, but I think that's what they're going to do. I mean, he screams Pittsburgh Steeler to me. Tough, 4-year guy from Alabama, big back. Russ, my dude, Russ sorry. Is bad. That's what they're going to do.
The youngest guy with blue chip scouting, you just disappoint him. You're now
Russ, tell me with a straight face that you're not worried they're going to take Najee Harris at that pick. Really? You're not worried at all? Because I think that screams Steelers. He talked about it with Adam Schefter on the Adam Schefter podcast. I don't know. I would have loved for a tackle to have been there, but they were not. So I think in this situation, the Steelers would go at Najee Harris, even though that is not something that I would endorse typically.
You don't like Cosme there?
I think that's too early for Cosme, and he doesn't strike me as their type either. I think they'll want somebody
not their type. No.
Yeah, I think they'll want somebody thicker, a little bit more dense, with a little more power. Yeah, paint. Yeah, I agree.
Najee Harris is going to inflict a lot of pain on the AFC North. I'm up here now for the Jacksonville Jaguars, who I really think of this pick, they can just go BPA based on what their board is. Mm-hmm. I would say for me, I think his fall is insane here. And I'm going to end it. I'm going to take Kwity Paye here. I don't think they really need that in Jacksonville, but they did move on from Yannick Ngakoue. Whether you put Paye inside, outside, I think he could just be a disruptor for them on that defense. I don't even know who the defensive coordinator is for Jacksonville.
It's Joe Cullen. He's the Ravens' former defensive line coach.
Okay, because Urban Meyer, I think, just pulled names out of a hat because it's the most all over the place.
It's not a good staff. It's objectively bad.
I know, and you're the leader of that, which I objectively love. So, moving on here, Jared.
Ooh, you got plenty of options here.
I do have plenty of options.
Go best player available. I mean, they could go. Definitely not Travis Etienne. They already got running backs. Oshulariye, Morig. Don't think they really need him because they got Delpit and Johnson back there.
Yep.
Do they take a chance on Owe? Or Owe? I can never pronounce his last name right. Do they take a chance on that project? Not sure. Do they go Eric Stokes? That's an intriguing pick there. Could they go with a sort of project in, maybe Fidu Melifonwu, Syracuse cornerback? Maybe. Let's go with the 4-2-4.
Hand exercises. What'd you say?
Eric Stokes.
Eric Stokes.
Oh.
Yeah. 4-2-4.
There's one you don't see every day.
0.6 for the Cleveland Browns.
I never give them corners, and Browns Twitter yells at me, but I think at least
yes, Nicholas.
You know what you must do. You know what you have to do with this pick. You know what you have to do.
See, here's the thing. I would love to give the Ravens a wide receiver that can run routes and weighs more than Dante. Unfortunately, there's not really one available there that's good value.
Does anyone know how much Marquise Brown weighs? I'm actually really curious.
I think like 165.
Like 165, 175, like soaking wet.
Has them listed as.
Wow. We're both Hollywood, and we might both be the same weight right now.
Wikipedia has him listed at 181.
Nah, that's fake news. That's straight fake
news.
No way.
Yeah,
no way.
NFL.com has him listed at 180. And let's just for the heck of it go to one more place. Let's go to the Baltimore Ravens website. I guess that makes sense. They have him at 180. And also in his description, they have a very vague thing. Not that we need to spend any time on this, but this is just funny the way they have it worded. They have it as the blurbs. Hollywood Brown went a long way to being a premier playmaker at Oklahoma. He's Antonio Brown's cousin. That's literally their blurb.
That's the only intriguing
about having a cousin. That's also
honest to God. That's the only intriguing thing about him. That needs like fast. Yeah.
But yeah, in terms of what the Ravens need, they need a pass rusher that they can develop for like 3 years and then lose in free agency for like a $40 million contract.
And then they get like 14 and a half sacks with another team. You know,
Cross
and Zadarius Smith.
I'm just gonna say I don't think that the kid from Louisiana Tech, whose name I don't even remember, is gonna be your next breakout edge. You need to get one, Azeez Ojulari.
And can I just say for Jalen Ferguson, he's objectively bad. He's objectively bad. All right, he could not turn a corner. I don't care like what kind of numbers he put up at LA Tech. The man cannot turn a corner. All right, if he was objectively bad,
What class was he in? 2018.
2019.
Yeah. He ran the same 3-cone time as that ship that was stuck in the Suez Canal. Little known fact. I don't know if you guys knew that. But they actually ran the same 3-cone time at the 2019 Combine. In case you didn't know that.
I think Jalen Ferguson's 3-cone time was maybe slightly slower. A little bit slower than my 3-cone time.
Ouch.
In high school. So, yeah.
All right, let's get this moving along.
I don't even know who's next.
It would be Nick for the New Orleans Saints. Do not disappoint our good friend Jevin Daxon.
I need to make that a shirt, actually. Jevin Daxon. It's going to be free Jevin Daxon. That is I'm making it. I'm making it tonight.
Yes, do it.
Free Jevin Daxon. 100%. Okay, go ahead.
I'll buy it.
All right. Let me see what we have a corner here.
Okay.
What's going on? Who's in like the next best corner?
This is where you're in like the
Kelvin Joseph.
Oh.
Hey. Fido Melifonwu.
You know what?
Take Boss Man Fat, brother. His name is Boss Man Fat. That's a first-round name.
Actually, it's like Know the Vibe Boss Man Fat or something.
Well, here's the thing.
Even better.
I'm actually a really big fan of Afitu anyway. So, for the memes, the fact that I really do like him, I think he can wind up being a pretty good corner in the NFL, and they need a corner because Marshawn Lattimore's being stupid. So, just Afitu.
TDN is criminally low on Melifonwu, I will say that.
Melifonwu high, baby. Let's go.
Mike, real quick, quick reaction to Jim Schwartz becoming a coach with the Titans. I just got that alert.
Whoa, what?
What? Yeah.
Jim Schwartz is a defensive. Well, it says an official title still to be determined, but he's
he left the Eagles already, like at the beginning of the offseason. No.
Yeah, I know. It said former Eagles, so
you're
the Eagles fan, so. Sounds great, Dante. Let's go along here. 29 for the Packers.
This is a tough one. Can we get the regular board back up? I don't think I'm going to draft a corner.
Yes, and whoever you pick, you have to say who is, because Aaron Rodgers is hosting Jeopardy this week.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah, this board blows.
Just straight up.
You know what?
Kadarius Toney.
Let's go with who is Kadarius Toney, the wide receiver in Florida. I don't think the Packers are going to draft a wide receiver, but I would. Having a quick separator in the slot, I think, would be really nice for Rodgers. Nice change of pace. Him and Devontae Adams might lead the NFL in taking ankles at the line of scrimmage, so that would be fun.
For the Buffalo Bills here, my 90-plus-year-old great aunt lives in Buffalo, and she's a diehard Bills fan, so this pick will be made for her after I just got an Easter card and kind of forgot she existed for a little bit. But anyway,
running backs matter.
See, and my gut tells me Travis Etienne, but that just I don't think they're going to pull the trigger on that. So what I'm going to do instead here is, and I think this is a classic, the Bills are in a spot where they have a couple years. I think they're going to be contending with Josh Allen. I'm going to go with Jason Oweh. We're going to say that's what his name is. Get some edge off this. Get some help off the edge there. You've got Zach Wilson coming into the division. You got Tua down south, and then you've also got Cam Newton and Mr. McCorkle up north of you. So I think getting edge help here is going to be very interesting. They also, I could have gone linebacker, Jamin Davis, Nick Bolton. They really need some run support there, despite having Edmonds there, who's been playing very, very well. But I'm going to go with Oweh here just for the upside pick. So last pick here for you, Jared, and before we have Mike finish it off.
If we were able to trade back, if we were able to trade in this mock draft, I definitely would have tried to trade back if I was Kansas City, but we're not going to do that. So
to me, this is an easy pick.
Well, I don't know. What's the hint you want to give me, Mike?
They cut 2 players that start at this position.
I forgot about that. Let's look at offensive tackles.
Not a whole lot there.
Cosme, Eckenberg, Rodunez, Leatherwood, Mayfield,
Jackson Carman.
God,
you mean guard 9?
You're about to say is a guard,
right?
Jackson Carman.
Jackson Carman hyped me up. Okay, Liam Eckenberg at 31. I think I mentioned this in the group chat that, or with someone, Eckenberg, in some ways, I know it's spicy, but he reminds me of Mitchell Schwartz in the way that Eckenberg can hide his deficiencies as an athlete with great technique as an offensive tackle. I think he's got good technique. He can become a great technician as an offensive tackle, and he can be a good left tackle at the next level. I would like this pick, honestly, if I was Kansas City.
I think all mock drafts in the future are going to stop after the Jaguars pick because, not to ruin it for anybody, views have plummeted.
Oh, yes.
Since we've gotten to the good teams. So, but again, as a Browns fan now, I'm not as interested in the draft since the team's good. But Mike, go ahead here and finish it off for us.
Oh, boy. I want to go offensive tackle because Donovan Smith is a pile of meh, but they also decided to extend him until 2024 in a reason that escapes all – or sorry, in a move that escapes all reason and logic. So can't really go in that direction, although I would love to. Show me the top available players, and then we'll just – oh, you've already got it pulled up. Even better. Sweet.
Javonte.
I learned from getting yelled at by Dante just to switch back to that.
See, here's the thing. All of the best players available are linebackers, and it's like the one position they don't need. Scroll down a bit, because I'm not taking Christian Barmore or – oh, my God.
I think these two speak to me.
We're going to go on Wuzurike.
Okay.
Not Davion Nixon?
No, I have Wuzurike just a little bit higher.
Wow. Okay. All righty then.
Okay.
Look,
go ahead.
So, were you going?
I was just gonna just scroll down the board here, and if everybody just to end this real quick to put a bow on it, Nothing else other than the player name. Mike, what was your favorite pick? I'm going to go down the way the board looks here. Mike, what was your favorite pick made? It doesn't have to be yours.
I love the J.C. Horn to the Cardinals pick.
Okay. Jared, who do you love?
Sean Slater.
Didn't even say your parents. Jeez, Jared.
Sorry, man.
Rashawn Slater? No, I liked it. Chargers, there we go. Okay, Nick, what do we got?
I'm going to play Homer tonight. I'm just going to say Azeez Ojulari. I love the fit there. He's definitely a position of need. He was the best player on the board.
Nick, I said the players.
Hollywood, who do you got?
Elijah Vera Tucker to the Vikings.
You know what?
For obvious reasons.
And my favorite's Mac Jones to the Patriots. Just we'll put a bow on it that way. I appreciate everyone tuning in. I appreciate you four gentlemen jumping on this here and allowing us to get this done and in a timely fashion that was very disorganized as the day expanded. This will be available on the playlist here. I'll add it to the 2021 group mock playlist that goes with the team mock playlist. And we will see everybody tomorrow when we drop. I don't know who's next on tap. We just did this.
Colts, I think.
Yep, it will be the Colts. So yeah, Colts will be tomorrow. So all you Chris Ballard fans, be sure to tune in.